it's time to get started on the second Halloween outfit for this spooky season. Thank you all so much for the kind feedback and the very kind comments that you left both on my video as well as my Instagram. I really do like how the first dress turned out, and I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it as well. And thank you so much for the support. I've really never done this before. I don't know what I'm going to do after this Halloween project is done, but with all the kind things that you said, it's just great to hear, and maybe I will continue with other themes or other types of projects. So let me know if there's anything you would like to see. So we're going to get started on the second outfit. So I'm going to be doing this kind of jack-o'-lantern outfit here. The thing is, as you can see, that one is made for a man, and if I were to wear it in that exact configuration, it would not be flattering at all. It would probably just look like I'm wearing a bag. So I'm going to alter it a little bit just so that it fits better and that I actually want to wear it. So the plan so far anyways, I'm not really sure, is to do just a circle skirt for the bottom. It's simple, it's fast, and probably the easiest way to do that. So I have some orange fabric as well as some black fabric to do the kind of black band at the bottom as well as a waistband. For the top, I'm not 100% sure. I don't have really any patterns for tops other than on dresses, so I guess I could just take one of those. I might do a blouse, which is an idea. I might just get some buttons to do that because my button jar is just full of mismatched buttons right now. I could also do a vest, but I think that's going to be harder to just kind of make up, and I don't know if I'd wear a bright orange vest. Then again, I don't know how often I'd wear a bright orange blouse, but at least it's a little bit more practical, I guess. So I'll start with a skirt and go from there, and once that's all done, at least half of it is completed, and then I'll just kind of figure out the blouse portion a little bit later on. So see you soon. There was a bit of an issue with recording the circle skirt, so I'm just going to explain how I did that. So I folded the fabric in half, then in half again. For the waist diameter, I did 4 1/8 inches and then just cut that out. And then I made the skirt 23 inches longer than that. And then here I am cutting the waistband. So the skirt portion is cut out. I also cut out a long strip of black fabric. I might have to cut a second one because I'm not sure if it's long enough, because the bottom of the skirt kind of has a black ribbon going around it, and I don't really have any ribbon or any that's wide enough anyway, so I'm just going to use another black sheet to do it that way. And so I'm just going to kind of fold this over, sew it on all along the bottom of the skirt after I hem that. And for the top, I cut out, I'm not sure where it ended up, another portion of black fabric to kind of make the waistband. Technically there's no waistband in the picture itself, but just to kind of have the contrast and the continuity of the black fabric, that's why I'm doing the waistband out of the black fabric instead of the orange one. So that'll just be the next steps. It's just lots of sewing and pinning. Alright, so I'm just working on putting in a zipper. I made a slit in the back to accommodate this 9-inch invisible zipper, and I left an opening on the waistband so that I can put a button there. Alright, so there is the black ribbon thing on the bottom of the skirt all around. Took longer than intended, but still went pretty well. So now I just have to make the little pumpkin pockets. So I'm just going to cut it out of the same fabric that I used for the skirt and then put black thread around the edge just to differentiate a little bit between the skirt and the pockets themselves, and then cut out some little fabric pieces to make the eyes and the mouth and such. Alright, so I've been working on the pockets. I haven't really been filming the process because the lighting in here is horrendous. What I just basically did was wrap around the edge here. I sewed the top, and what I'm going to do is just sew along here with black thread. I'm going to go with black just so it stands out a little bit more and matches the picture a bit. Here is the other one that I've just been rolling the edge up on, and then I will finish that maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning before I start work. Might just do that because it would be nice to have a little break because I've been sewing kind of non-stop today, but I think I made really great progress. Gonna be basically done the skirt and the amazing little pumpkin pockets at least early tomorrow, so see you all soon.
Good morning. Are you enjoying my fabric? It's a little bed for whippets.
Alright, so we're on to the second day of the kind of pumpkin skirt and top. I'm basically done the skirt. I just need to do the little pumpkin faces, jack-o'-lantern faces on the pockets, which I think is what I'm going to start with today, as well as just put a button on the top band. I might get started on the top. I think I'm just going to make it a kind of blouse. I don't really have a pattern for that, but I can kind of use an existing pattern for a dress that I have and kind of adapt it. I just need to work on finding some matching buttons because I don't know if I have any. We'll see. I'll go through my button stash and see what I have from there. So that is the plan. Right, so I'm getting a little bit frustrated adding the jack-o'-lantern faces to the pockets. I did get the eyes pretty well because I was able to take two pieces, sew the outside, and then flip it around because this is the fabric that frays the most that I have ever worked with. Guess that's my own fault for working with a $3 bed sheet, but it worked well enough for other parts of it. So instead of continuing to work on the frustrating embroidering, stitching on the skirt, I decided to get started on the top. I also figured it's the most time-consuming and important next step, so I should get started because it's definitely going to take longer than I expect it to. I'm going to be basing it off the same pattern as last time, mostly because I don't have that many patterns for tops, and this one, whatever, I can figure it out. It has a good shape to it, and I basically didn't follow it last time and it worked out fine, so I believe I can do it again. At least I hope so. So we're gonna get started on that. I have kind of a mock-up that I did last time just so I'm not pinning into the original pattern because it is quite fragile. This way I'm not worried about it and can kind of reuse it as much as I need to. So I'm going to pin that on, cut it out, and then try it on and see what I want to do. I'm probably going to turn it into a button-down blouse, so I'm just going to make sure that it fits. I know there's some leeway on the side, so I can just kind of use that in the middle. So I sure hope this works because I don't really have a backup plan, so let's see.
Why are you like this? Do you just want to lay here when I'm going to work on stuff? Kind of want that piece of paper underneath you.
reminds me of those days gone.
So I have the pieces all cut out, so I have the two and I'm just pinning them together. The pattern has more accurate tucks. I will do that later. I just want to get kind of the fit of it and see what I have to pin on the sides and what I can do on the front. I haven't cut the front down yet because I don't want to do that until I've kind of figured out if it will work, because worst comes to worst, I guess it could just be a tank top with buttons down the back. That's also an option. I'm still debating whether I'm putting sleeves on it or not. I guess that'll come at the end. This pattern has sleeves in anyways, so I think that might work, but it'll depend if I have time and if it will look nice, because I don't want to look too much like a pumpkin, but we shall see. So I'll just kind of pin this all together, try it on, and see how that fits, and then kind of pin it as need be.
Well, then we parted and said goodbye. She said, by the way, I baked you a pie, a blueberry pie, a blueberry pie, and nothing makes me feel so fine. A blueberry pie, a blueberry pie, reminds me of those days gone by. I can't get enough of that blueberry pie. There's nothing wrong with apple, coconut cream, and cherry too. When I need.
So the top is all pinned now. I had enough leeway to make the slit down the front so that I can add buttons when they eventually come in. I pin the sides so it's a little bit more fitted on my body, as well as the shoulders. I had to adjust the neckline a tiny little bit. I'm going to sew everything else before and then kind of do that again at the end just to make sure that everything is accurate. And I just have to fix these tucks so that they're facing outwards like the ones on the other side. But it's looking pretty good progress. And I still haven't decided whether I'm adding sleeves or not. I think I'll kind of finish this up and see how it looks without the sleeves, and then maybe add them tomorrow or another day, and the color will wait until tomorrow. I'm going to try to just get the main shape of it done beforehand.
Hello, so I got quite a bit done yesterday. I filmed a small video but figured I'd kind of recap when there's better light. So I closed off the places where the sleeves are going to go, or at least the armholes. I guess I didn't cut off quite all the thread. I did the head hole. That's not the word, definitely not the word. Oh well. And I still need to close off the kind of raw edges inside. I will do that at a later time, but I do want to do it because the fabric does fray. And I put in the little darts and it's all kind of sewed together. It fits pretty well. And what I have left to do is to do the bottom as well as the front. I'm going to wait until the buttons that I ordered come in to do that part. So I might as well put them on and then kind of finish it off just to make sure that it's as flattering as possible once it's all done. So today it's to work on the little Peter Pan collar that I'm going to put on. I don't have a pattern for that, so I think I'm just gonna freehand it on some tissue paper and make a mock-up and see how it goes. And in between all that, I'm going to continue stitching on by hand the little jack-o'-lantern face on the pockets of the skirt. It's a frustrating process because the fabric frays like crazy, and getting the little details of the mouth, the little teeth and such, is pretty difficult to fold the edge over and then do it. But I don't want to just have the smiles. It's not the same effect, and in the end it's not that hard. I'm mostly just kind of whining, but we'll get that done kind of in between. I can do it in short bursts. So that is the plan for today, because I'm going to go pick up the supplies to make the kind of pumpkin witch's hat on for this outfit. So I'm probably gonna get some cardboard paper, I think that's what it's called. The kind of, what you using like craft classes, like thicker paper, if that makes sense. Yay, if not, well, you'll see once I purchase it, because I don't want to buy a pre-made hat, I want to make it myself, and I think that's the best material to do it. And I'm just figuring out how to put the little pumpkins on it, whether I will have a stencil. That's probably the easiest. I do have some acrylic paint that I can use and just kind of paint them on. If not, I guess I could make my own stencil. Might be hard with the little faces. We shall see what we're gonna do with that. So that's the plan for today.
So I finally finished sewing on the faces for the jack-o'-lantern pockets. This one turned out super cute. The issue is it makes this one look like it's having a pretty rough day. I may eventually redo the nose and the mouth for this one, but probably not before I finish this video. It might just be a later project because it is a super time-consuming process, but I think they look cute as heck. So that means that the skirt is completely done, and now just to finish the little last pieces on the blouse.
All right, day 4, day 5. I'm not really sure what day we're on at this point. The embroidery on the skirt took quite a bit longer than I expected it to, but today is Hello. Do you want to say hi to the people? No? Oh God, no, not at all. Not in the slightest bit. But oh, don't eat the plant with it. No eating plants. Now that my buttons have come in, I think I'll be able to finish the blouse today, and I'll do the collar last, but we're getting there. So see you soon. The second project is done. I'm just gonna recap a little bit about what I felt went right, what I felt I could improve on next time. So first things first is the hat. I think it's super, super cute. I think it stayed pretty well together considering it's just made out of poster board and little felt pumpkins and kind of packing tape. The issue being is it does fall off really easily. As you can see, I can't really move my head and kind of have to squish it down. I guess I could just put a ribbon or something to keep it on, but my original plan was to just throw it out after this project. It is just a paper hat, but I really like it and I think it makes a cute decoration, so I might at least keep it around for this year. As for the outfit, I actually really like it considering I've never made a blouse before. I didn't really have a pattern, or at least a pattern that I followed. I think it turned out really well. Considering I also just kind of made up the collar, I think it works pretty well. I should have ironed it better so it would stay down, but oh well. The bottom of the blouse is a little bit uneven, but I tuck in basically all of my tops, so it doesn't really matter. I guess I could fix it, but I don't really feel like I need to. And I think I'm actually gonna wear it. I remember at the beginning thinking a bright orange blouse wasn't really something I would wear, but I really like the cut of it. And the skirt is probably one of my favorite things I've ever made. I think it's really comfortable, the pockets are really cute. Once I fix that one jack-o'-lantern, I think we're all set, but I actually really like this one and I'm super excited to get started on the next one. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye!